We're blasting off here, trying some different platforms. Today is July the 2nd, 2021. It's a special day. It's a double celebration for me. I'm calling it 47/22. That's the best I can come up with. Anyway, 47 years ago, I actually was doing this without realizing it. As you can see, established 1974 today, roughly 31 days after I graduated from college, and which was Bard College. 4 years of having different kind of experiences happening to me, but it originally began when I was 8 years of age. We're talking about way back there in springtime of 1960, age 8. Had no idea where all of this was going. Later, after 1974, 22 years later, did this Circle of Grace 1. First grace in my life was my own mother, which I refer to as Mother Grace, the late Mother Grace, who said eventually I would move off of Long Island. She said that in the spring of 1979, that I would move off of Long Island, go live in New Jersey for a while, which I did. Moved off of Long Island in 2005, wound up in Teaneck, New Jersey for a couple of weeks, wound up in Newark, in the Ironbound district of Newark, and was there for about 4 years, 2005 to 2009, then moved to Paterson. And then from Paterson, New Jersey, to Hackettstown, New Jersey. Was in Hackettstown for about 11 months and then kicked out and came here in 2011. Came here. A very interesting journey indeed to get here. A lot of people said a lot of things would happen to me that would cause me to get here. But in the end, don't be upset. You got more challenges. When those challenges meet you here, you're going to win some, you're going to lose some, but it's okay. The important thing is you keep living. So I'm here and I keep living. That's one of my mother's phrases. She said, son, don't worry about that. She was Leo. August the 11th, 1918 is when she was born. She was like, you just keep on living. You get to be my age, you'll be able to laugh about it. Now I'm her age, past her age, and I'm beginning to laugh about it. So here I am, broadcasting through YouTube and Facebook and LinkedIn all at the same time. So I'm going to travel over to YouTube to see where I'm at. If I give out a woohoo, then I know that I have arrived. It will be interesting. You know, sometimes we have these journeys, these experiences, and we are able to flow through them and have the necessary experience. Sometimes we don't get a chance to do everything we want to do, but in any case, we are doing exactly what we need to do. Everything is always an opportunity for us. So here I am. This is going out across YouTube somewhere. I'll probably see it later, but it's now officially broadcasting. And many of you will join me later, and you'll notice that I'm on here. This has been quite a ride. I'm on live right now. So what's going to happen is when many of you do trickle up in here, and I'm going to be here maybe for about an hour, then later I'm going to go on over to Instagram. And I'm going to be on Instagram. But if you happen to interact with me, or you so choose to interact with me, I will answer you through my phone. That'll be the best way for me to do it. I'll be able to tic-tac type and chat with you. Well, this is, as I say, the 47/22, 47/22. A double celebration of sorts. 22 years ago for this, and 47 years ago this way. One day I'm going to have a banner. My wonderful cousin down in the ATL, Joseph R. Wheeler III, who's an artist, hooked this up for me. I suggested last minute to change this guy into a guy like this, because when I was in college, I meditated all the time. So I'm going to be able to get that into a very beautiful banner. We've also already had some beautiful colors, purples to greens, reddish orange to yellow to like a golden orange. And then we have the black and white. We have white on black as well. But I'm going to turn it into one banner and put it up here. Well, what am I going to talk about? Well, one of the things is that I'm thankful that I've been given an opportunity to be alive and well in the age of remembrance, to be able to teach the principles of grace as divine grace, to be able to share all of the different tools of light. I'm creating some master classes or master level classes. And I have one already. If you go on my website, you'll see what some of those classes are. Some I've written before, and there's a whole another one that I'm taking it to a whole new level so that people can listen to guided meditations as well as silent meditations. And the reason why I like guided meditations is not one over the other, but it allows people something to focus on. Not everybody can focus on the absolute silence within themselves. Now, it's difficult for some people to follow guided meditation, and it's difficult for people to go within a silent form because they don't know what they're looking for. They don't know what they're feeling or what they're supposed to feel. So I've created these journeys so that it gives you something to focus on, and eventually those thoughts, those feelings can begin to slide away. So anybody that's watching right now, I know there's maybe somebody, if you put a shout out in the comment room, I will be able to act on it and answer the chat. I'll answer it through my phone. Well, again, one of these opportunities that we have here is to allow ourselves to be able to connect. I already did a lightweight one on my Zoom. I was going to do 3 hours, but I only got a little under an hour. So I'm coming here because later I'm going to go live on Instagram and celebrate. And then tomorrow I'll probably get back to doing a TikTok live. Probably try to do that in the early part of the day. Broadcasting late is not always cool for me to do. My mind is skyrocketing in so many different ways. Well, so one of the reasons is that to let people know that they do not have to struggle in the fields of meditation by themselves. Now, there are many people and schools of thought that are present, and I've developed a system. It's brought to my attention that I have a system, a signature system. And yesterday, the enrollment period began for a special 5-point creative path work system that I have. The fee for it, because there'll be 5 major lessons as classes being taught every other Wednesday starting August 25th, 2021 in the evening, going all the way up to October the 20th, 2021. Now, people might say, well, what's the fee? Well, you're going to get a bargain. The fee is $500. These classes are taught every other Wednesday, but in between, there's some bonus sessions where there's one-on-ones and also me with the group of students. So, yesterday the enrollment started. I sent out a lot of invitations and we'll send out some more. The registration date that it closes will be August the 18th, which is also a Wednesday. And then we get ready to teach the course. And it's going to be an exciting time. It's going to show you how to take 5 points, which are connected to a book that I'm still working on called Decree and It Shall Be. And in the book, I talk about the powerful 5 vessels, which in the system are points: meditation, affirmation, affirmative prayer, and then we get into also decrees. So there's going to be 5 aspects there. Be able to learn how to write a prayer for yourself. That's going to be one of the coolest things, to be able to write your own prayer. You don't have to go to, if you want to, you use a St. Jude prayer, or prayer to Santa Barbara, prayer to Ogun if you want. But you're going to learn how to feel the words inside yourself and write your own prayer. But first, you're going to write your own affirmation. You're going to find out why affirmations work. A lot of people say affirmations don't work. They don't work. No, they do work. Affirmations do work. As the late Reverend Ike used to say, you can't lose with the stuff I use. Now, I'm not him. What I'm telling you is that there is a power. There's a key inside the affirmation that you write. There's a key inside prayers when you write. There's a key inside an affirmative prayer when you write it. So that's what? Those are the second, third, and the fourth, right? The first level was meditation. So I'm going to teach you the difference between guided meditation and silent meditation in one session. But in the following week that I'm not on live with all of you, you get to tweak it, get to tune it up like a car for yourself, your meditation, what to look for in the meditation, and how to bring that forward in yourself, how to activate the meditation through yourself, and how you get activated within yourself. Then we jump back to lesson 2. You get the science of affirmations. Then you come off and we get into a little further with each and every one of you that participates. And you got to really want to participate, because I'm ready to show you how to do it. I'm excited about it. Then that third class, we take you into prayer. What actually is a prayer and who are you praying to? Then we tweak that. You might study. I'm going to give you some. See, what's going to happen in this 5-point creative pathwork system is you're going to have homework assignments that are going to help you get where you have to go. Then we take you to affirmative prayers, and then the ultimate decrees. What a decree is, how potent decrees are, and how to write them for yourself, which eventually, if you get into the habit of writing them for yourselves, eventually you'll be able to write them for others. I've been writing prayers, decrees, affirmative prayers for people for a long time. I've written prayers and affirmative prayers and decrees for people who are in the New Thought movement, and they work for them. And people who are not there in that, it still works for them because I can see where they need to be. So that's what's so important about this 5-point creative pathwork system. If you want to get in on it, you should email me at iam.circlegrace1@gmail.com, or better yet, you can go to my website, http like Harry, Tom, Paul, : Circle of Grace, just like you see here, Circle of Grace 1, but no gaps, no space between circle of and grace and the number 1, all written out. And then you put dot and then U, the letter U, and then the letter S with a single / behind that. And what that's going to do, it'll take you right to the page where you need to be. And if you scroll all the way down that page, you'll see a picture of me with a blue fedora on. I love blue. You wear that, go all the way down, you're going to see 2 links. Click on the second link. That second link will let you subscribe right in there so you can get the information and start getting yourself ready for this special 5-point creative pathwork system. So, what are we going to do now? I need to put that out there. I want to read some passages from one of my books, and I'm feeling a little selenite-like. Because selenite is a special gem that allows you to get literally hooked in to your path. I want to read 1 or 2 things here. There are some beautiful thoughts. I'm going to read a couple of passages from segments from this book, The Age of Remembrance. You see that? The Divine I Am Presence in Selenite. Now, this is a picture of a tabular piece that I have in my home. This is from chapter 10, where beloved Akhenaten speaks. And I'm just going to read a segment from him. And then I'm going to read a segment from beloved Mother Grace, okay? This will help you move into a higher frame of consciousness. Akhenaten says, I am divine being named Akhenaten. And it is my sincere desire that you begin to remember your own divinity and divine blueprint so you may rise and continue to arise for the highest good of all and yourself indeed. What you do as an individual will always impact the collective in such a way the individual can begin to see that he or she lives under the aegis of universal laws. What is aegis? Spelled Aegis. It's a Latin word for wings or divine wings. So he's saying live lives under the aegis, the divine wings of unconditional laws, or I should say universal laws, embedded within all of us. So what he's saying, there's nothing out here where a divine law can't be found because it's inside yourself. He says the material presented between the leaves of this booklet is designed to help you return to the high frequency of light energy that flows through your body when using selenite. And here's a little piece of it. I keep some pieces around me. This is a piece of selenite. I got them bigger than this, though. A high frequency of light energy that flows through your body when using selenite in conjunction with selenium. What is selenium? Selenium. That's the trace mineral of this that's in your body. You're born with, and you eat certain foods that have it. You know, spinach has a lot of properties. Selenium is a little bit in some of that. There are many foods that carry a strong electromagnetic essence that will also assist you in your collective and personal selves via your spiritual nature. So you got to eat to live. You got to eat what is good for you, but you got to take your time and find those foods that acclimate you. He says, we only mention a few of them in this material. As my beloved partner Nefertiti always taught, we will always help you evolve and ascend from within, not from without, but from within. But you must do your own research and be consistent in your personal work in order to successfully rise. Keep in mind that you are never in competition with anyone else. This is what I said in my Zoom broadcast not too long ago today, a few hours ago, a half hour almost ago. In there, I was saying, you know, I'm blessed. I'm glad that I've had opposition. I'm glad that people talk about me. I'm glad that people try to put a negative spin on what I'm doing. You know why? All you're doing is boosting me up. All you're doing is put me up higher for all to see. And it's okay. So I thank you for your negativity. It was all pre-planned. So go on to say, as she says, there's no competition with anyone else, as no one is really higher or lower in rank when it comes to remembering and applying your understanding of the kind of quality and quantity of light each person holds in this lifetime. So what does that mean? Some people can radiate the light out and all can see. Some people can't do it. There's some people who can, who choose not to do it. And those who choose not to do it are choosing for two reasons. Either they might be afraid, or they feel a little bit of intimidation, or others who don't reveal it, but reveal that light in a different way, are doing it out of kindness and respect. So it's not a competition thing. As no one, as they say, is really higher or lower. See, the kind of quality and quantity of light each person holds in this lifetime. Everybody has a certain amount. You can display it or you could protect it and show it at different times. So he says, yes, we use selenite in heavily crushed powder form and then mixed it in to the lime and alabaster and sand and other crystals to help fortify our dwellings. There's a reason why you see certain dwellings in ancient Egypt and Kemet sitting there forever. It's in there. Not only in their dwellings to fortify them, but temples and pyramids so that they harnessed the light of the sun that we see in the sky as a keyhole for the great central sun and other star systems. So they wanted to be able to be found by other star systems by putting the selenite in there. He drops down and he says, selenite, well, I'll back it up. He says, whenever it was used, it was always dried with what we felt as the vibrational frequency of the light. We use that to identify the light quotient of spiritual beings. Use selenite to identify the light quotient of spiritual beings. And through its use, we learned that we communicate from a much higher level. That means a lot more people are going to be able to do what? Telepathic communication. So selenite causes you to remain open to higher levels of consciousness and to trust that you will achieve the goals set forth. You planted certain goals from eons ago to show up now, so they will show up now. They will show up accordingly because you will be what? Seeking the teachings, whether it's coming through me or them or somebody else or through the galaxy. You're going to find the teachings. The teachings will lead you to it. He goes on to say, this is Akhenaten. He goes on to say, discernment is an important attribute to assist you in this manner. During the many years of training and application, we shared with you the importance of not being afraid to work on your mental state. Do you know at this time all over the world, people are talking about what? Mental wellness. All over. Every kind of audio, video, app, program, you name it, people are talking about mental wellness for a reason, for their personal reason to get better and share that with the world for other people to get better. But when you're doing spiritual work, you have to be mentally balanced, emotionally balanced, physically strong, mentally strong, emotionally strong, and spiritually strong. This is coming from this book that I wrote long ago in 2019, The Age of Remembrance, The Divine I Am Presence in Selenite. And this is chapter 10, Akhenaten doing the talking. So, and the reason why I'm putting this out here, because today is a double celebration. 22 years ago, I decided to put the Circle of Grace 1 out on July 2nd, 1999. For the first grace in my life, the first spiritual teacher about grace, whose name was Grace, that was my own mother, who I call Mother Grace. There's a 47-year celebration that starts my 47th year because of this, because of meditation. I've been involved in meditation since 1974. So it's an opportunity to get this information out to as many people as possible. And I don't know how long I'm going to be on here. So if you want to invite some friends to click on Facebook or find it on YouTube or find me on LinkedIn, go now, because once I sign off, I'm going to take a break and then I'm going to go over to Instagram and have some fun there too. And I might do TikTok live tomorrow. So he goes on to say, during the many years of training and application, we shared with you the importance of not being afraid to work on your mental state. It was and still is important to rid yourself from the thoughts of greed, hatred, moodiness, and miscreated egos. He says, remembrance is the key to understanding and activating your divine nature. Now I'm going to skip from that point, and go over to Beloved Mother Grace Speaks, which is chapter 11, which is interesting because she's born August the 11th. And she says, be transparent, for this becomes a unique part of your process toward your ascension, but understand your work toward ascension is an ongoing task. When you are learning to become transparent, you discover it by simply being honest with yourself first. As you realize that it is necessary to be honest with yourself, then you must lift yourself up through the power of forgiveness and gratitude with a compassionate nature. As you do this, you then are ready to witness your own healing. You use compassion and forgiveness, you will witness your own healing. That's from the words of Mother Grace. She says, selenite, and let's say, show you a little bit of piece of this again. Selenite, which is also called gypsum. Selenite aids in the ability to delve deep through your fears and doubts in order to achieve any form of self-healing. Remember, beloved ones, that you are doing this for yourself and no one else. So all of these people, beings, souls, have said time and time again, you must work on yourself to heal yourself. We must do what is necessary. So Mother Grace says, selenite is a representative of that journey for one's true remembrance. Every step you take will assist you in being lighter by releasing your emotional hurt, doubts, and your fears. All power to experience releasing will allow you to receive the greater guidance for yourself. Every moment is not always about being in touch with angels and ascended ones. The reason that she says that, sometimes all of us in this path, and I've done it, we go to the extreme. Angels, 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 ascended ones, ascended masters, ascended masters. And often, like Dr. Michael Beckwith says, sometimes it's best to get in touch with a descended master, meaning one who's already walking around you. Because you get to know that one, and that one helps tune your awareness and then can take you higher so you can step in, or prepare you so you can step into the realm of communicating with angels and communicating with ascended masters and older spirit deities. She goes on to say, this is Mother Grace, it is necessary to be able to do that. But if you are not allowing yourself to become clear, then you will not be able to discern what you are doing and if it is correct for you. See, you can get sources of information to get clear from books, movies, audio formats, meditating on sacred geometrical patterns. In East India, they call it yantras. Yantras are seed images that you focus on, meditate on, and then you're in the journey of it. Then there's mantras, mantras, and you say mantras over and over and over, and they can raise your vibration, clear you, open you up. Then they're using just one word called a bija, B-I-J-A, and using the bija, which is a seed. You plant that seed over and over in your consciousness, and then eventually it takes root in your consciousness, and then eventually you start to experience it. Just like people back in the 60s were running out to the Southwest and other places to ingest peyote beads. because they wanted to have an experience. Then people got high a lot off of marijuana and hish hash because they wanted to have an experience. I've been there. I've done the hish hash. I've done that when I was in my college years. But then what I learned is there's a better way to get lightheaded so I don't wake up the next day with a headache and being sick. Then nowadays, last 3 or 4 years, people want to go experience the ayahuasca. Do it with somebody who knows about it, who's been through it. Just don't do it on your own, because you could do it on your own and be in big trouble, being spaced out and never come back. So there are different things, different ways. Selenite is safe, very safe. She goes on to say, just release through crying, is a means to become healthy. Your discernment will become crystal clear. Your emotions must be clear. Do not be afraid to let go of your fears. Selenite will release all blockages within your physical body. So if you have some selenite, and I have tons of it around my residence. I have it sitting on top of a big clear quartz cluster. I have it over here on a dresser kind of credenza thing where I store a lot of things in. I have it in the windows here. I got it in the windows in my bedroom, and I got lots of it on my altar. You got to find a way to use it to elevate yourself. So she goes on to say, lay it upon your entire body, especially your spine. This is Mother Grace, my late Mother Grace, channeled in. Take that selenite and lay it upon your entire body, especially your spine, as it will help it become flexible. Place selenite near your head to alleviate stress and numbing pain. Selenite will keep you centered and calm as it brings forth your peace. If you are seeking harmonic peace, then use selenite to help you process peace and directly through the body, mind, soul, and spirit. Selenite is the keynote gemstone for the angel of grace, but it can be used to communicate with all angels. The angel of grace is the angel that I connect with. The angel's color is blue for grace. Eventually, you shall receive all of its attributes. It shall bless you with wisdom by gathering and moving the energy of the divine source through all the energy centers, which are chakras that dwell in your aura. As this is done, you begin to function clearly so that the divine I am presence within yourself can be fully recognized and expressed. It further will allow you to see the beauty in all living beings and remember that all is alive and well. All is alive and well. Because consciousness exists everywhere, including within itself, as an infinite power of divine grace. Consciousness exists within itself for the infinite presence of divine grace within it. The infinite power of divine grace is always present, as it is the infinite expression of the divine aegis. Aegis is Latin for divine wings. Aegis means wings. So divine aegis as a covering from divine providence. That's the spirit of all, just another name, which is sacred to all who are ready to receive it. Selenite carries all forms of light and breath. Spend time meditating upon it and through it so that you may surrender your limited mindsets and distorted thoughts. As you do this, you shall open the doors to unconditional love, compassion, and grace. Then she says, they shall become 3 of the many seeds of selenite. He just told you. The seeds of selenite, unconditional love, compassion, and grace as divine grace, that will begin to take root where? In your heart center and become embedded into your cellular memory. Remember, no one is higher than another. You are all equal, and to think otherwise is being egocentric. All elements within Mother Nature and the other universal worlds are all equal within themselves and to each other. And remember, all is within you. Become one in consciousness with all. Then be at one via the heart. The use of the selenite balances all your psychic and intuitive natures. Let me repeat that. Mother Grace says, the use of selenite balances all your psychic and intuitive natures. You shall become more of an empath due to its wonderful ability to purify, transform, regenerate, and create wellness within you. You will always carry the capacity for healing yourself and creating balance with tranquility. The use of selenite will bring you into a field of universal resonance, freedom, and wholeness. You will no longer be fragmented and will continue this journey to newer heights of awareness and wellness. As you complete this work for yourself, you shall be made whole and complete again. The divine I Am presence in selenite is a gift of remembrance. Now, we want to give you a gift. This is from chapter 12. Beloved Nefertiti speaks. Now, there are 13 chapters to this book. I'm going to read you a portion of 13 as well. I'm going to read you this very short meditation. This is chapter 12 from my book, The Age of Remembrance, The Divine I Am Presence in Selenite. This is from Beloved Nefertiti. I'm going to take a deep breath. I have come with my beloved partner, Akhenaten, to remind you that you shall complete your mission in due season. You shall arrive at the very moment that is right for you, and you shall be well. We taught many of you how to seed into your DNA, which means your divine nature activation. And we watch you closely. The gift of the blue flame is associated with, I'll say this again, let me repeat it. The gift of the blue flame is harnessed within the center of the radiant blue Sirius, which has infinite templates. I endeavor to share one more now with you as follows in a poetic meditation. Radiant blue flame of selenite. This is the gift, and it is a seed, and it's a template. I am a divine presence in you. I feel your presence as my twin solar flame. I move like the golden solar flames across thy face. We dance as one. We breathe the same breath. We spiral in and out of each other. The starry-eyed ones come from Akasha, each with a radiant blue flame of selenite. Radiant blue flame in selenite holds all keys and gifts of remembrance. In seeds, its seeds remind me of shiny coins, reflecting solar heart rays. Focus on the center of your heart. Allow yourself to feel its infinite blessings. I expand under its divine aegis of unconditional love and walk through its flame as the divine light of grace. That's from Beloved Nefertiti. And now I'm just going to read you a short segment of chapter 13, and then I'm going to close it out and head over to Instagram. Chapter 13. This is selenite's divine I am presence in the great central sun. Beloveds, in this very moment I dwell in many ways from earthly solids to liquid light as multiple flames within the great central sun. I am a divine consciousness and an infinite remembrance. As I move through you as a reflection, I am a deeper richness of selenium, and I express in the minutest forms that is undetected by physical eyes. Yet, felt moving within spirit, one moment I am in an organ in the body, with another, while another moment within trillions of cells. Yes, I am one of many keys impacting your consciousness and remembrance. I shall call out, reach and embrace you. Let me be heard in you as a gentle ringing sound. That sound is like heavenly manna called Om, and in other moments it is silence. So this is a beautiful statement that's being reflected and shared. It goes on to say, I live within the infinite heart of the great central sun, the most infinite, wondrous one of all suns. I live in the central chambers of its heart. I radiate unconditional love, light and healing light of divine grace for all. We are one divine I am presence. Just keep your hearts open, for that is the way. All suns are flowing hearts, and we dance as one always. Align and attune your soul to me to see all this and more. Beloved ones, we are all precious as diamonds, silver and gold. We are present, so you may find us. We are present, so you may hold us. As we begin to uncover ourselves, we trust that you shall do the same. Uncover yourselves, so you can be first revealed unto thyself. Brothers and sisters of divine love and grace, you are to remember you are reflections of each other. You must reflect on your created stories, release them, and reflect on your truths. The great central sun is our heart, and the heart within you is the microcosmic template of it. Plant me like a seed throughout your home and align me with all of your gemstones. I shall deflect lower frequencies, dissolve and purify their basic essences at their core. I am a divine being. This is selenite. And I have revealed myself to you as an infinite source in accordance with your divine blueprint. I change negatives into positives through my inner chambers, and I aid all through their ascension in the present moment. We are one divine I am presence from within the great central sun. I shall bring forth the divine law of one through the path of the cobra. I might as well keep on reading. This is getting good. Now, this is selenite, the spirit of the divine I am presence. And see, everything can talk to us. Everything is listening and everything is communicating. My radiant divine blue flame flows directly through your genetic structure, all meridians and chakras, nerves enhancing your inner ears and eyes. My flames flow through the pathways for your spirit to maintain itself so you may be revitalized continuously. Every part of you shall become this way. I am the pure healing essence of spirit, and I live always within you. We, meaning selenite, selenium, and the great central sun, beloved Akhenaten, Nefertiti, and other divine I am beings, are always encircling you through the essence of the braided cobra activity. We are with you and shall cause thee to remember all that you can and more. The remembrance is never lost, for it is within the nature of your own divinity that is already activated, meaning the divine nature in action, DNA. Simply stand, lay down, or be seated to receive my gift. For you as follows, there is nothing to envision other than this remembrance. And allow these energetic words to open within you as a feeling. And now, the divine I am presence is selenite poetically states, I am, which is all in capital letters. The divine I am presence, I dwell in the heart of the great central sun. I am a divine being within all life. I dwell in every cell as the divine blueprint. I am the temple and plate that resources all of you. I am selenite, a divine I am presence. I am a divine aegis of wholeness and infinite power given to all of you. Simply Sieve, which is Ceive, and Sept, which is spelled Cept, the gift that I am. What that simply means, simply Sieve, reach for it. Sept, grab it and take it. That's what it's telling you to do. Radiant blue flames of divinity and remembrance. That's what you're taking and taking at a higher level. My frequency is embedded in every feeling, thought, word, action, and deed. Therefore, I speak as I am, blessing all with goodness. Feel my presence so that you may be as I am, the divine I am presence in selenite. So now we're done. I'm going to close out. I hope you get to see this later. This is for myself and for all of you. I'm Brother Francis E. Revels-Bey. I'm the chief principal teacher and founder of the Circle of Grace One. This is a double celebration today. began the potential. The seed was planted in 1974 on July the 2nd. In 1974, and 22 years later, it came to that. And now, 22 years forward, 22 years forward, what has happened? This happened. Came full cycle. And for me, it's my 47th journey to start. This is a pleasant time, a beautiful time. I'm going to go now. I'm going to close out. My grace is your grace. Until next time, remember that divine grace is a blessing as we're alive and well in the age of remembrance. I'm going to take a short break right now, and then I'm going to go over to Instagram and kick the celebration in motion there. And maybe tomorrow I'll do TikTok live. Remember that divine grace is a blessing as we're alive and well in the age of remembrance. See you next time.